which career would you rather to have had?
I'm not Floyd and I'm not Pacquiao. That's not my thing. My thing is that for Pacquiao, I really hate for his sake that he didn't get to fight Floyd when he was at his peak, because I know he wanted to fight Floyd at his peak, but Floyd did different things and didn't fight him at his peak. So to talk about who career you rather have, I ain't got to get into all that. I would rather for Pacquiao, like Pacquiao, I'm sure, to have been able to fight him at his peak, because when you get to your peak, that's the time to fight the best fights in your career.
Roy Jones. You know Roy Jones, right?
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you very
You get a shout out for Team Lock. You agree with me, Roy Jones? Roy Jones is in his prime. Man, Manny, fast, footwork, strong. You see Roy Jones in his prime? Yeah, I think so.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
That guy, he also almost, just like how you say about me, I never really wanted to fight him. I knew that for a fast fighter like him, the jab is your problem. He can't stand the jab in his face. If you let him move around and do what he want to do, he gonna beat you, because he's very explosive and he's very mean. To me, people don't give him enough credit. People always say, well, Floyd would beat Sugar. No, baby, Floyd is not as near as mean as Sugar was.
You don't think he would beat him?
How? How you gonna keep him off of him? Sugar is a dog. Just because his name Sugar don't mean nothing. People don't give him enough credit for that. You gotta think, this in around, between around 13 and 14, I think. Let's go down. These say you're blowing it, son. Sugar Ray Leonard got went there and put these things on time.
Well, I look at it in a situation like this. I mean, they compare me to a Sugar Ray Leonard. You know, I'm talking about as far as skills. You know, as far as my skills, and I feel I'm on the level of a Sugar Ray Leonard. You know, and I feel that he's not on the level of a Roberto Duran, so he's not gonna be able to have me at all.
Roy Jones Jr. casually made a bold statement, saying that a prime Sugar Ray Leonard would have easily beaten Floyd Mayweather Jr. That one comment was enough to spark serious tension. Floyd, who was very protective of his perfect image and undefeated record, didn't take it lightly. Instead of just responding with words, he reacted strongly by sharing old clips of Roy getting knocked out, showing them to millions of people. But instead of backing down, Roy didn't stay quiet. He responded by going straight on the offensive, turning it into a public back and forth.
So I just asked me, do you think Floyd Mayweather could beat Sugar Ray? I said no. And then I guess Floyd got mad about it. But think about this now. When you name your top 5, of all 3 of y'all right now named y'all top 5 best boxers of all time, 4 of them gonna be black, if not all 5. Right? Am I fair to say that, right?
Yeah, you
okay.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a black fighter that you fight that's on your level in your prime, how can you say you found the best? Sugar Ray had Tommy Hearns. He had Marvin Hagler. He had the guy that's not black that a lot of people gonna put in their conversation, Roberto Duran. Wilfredo Benitez, who basically a black Puerto Rican. You understand me? He had several guys that were on his level, and 2 or 3 of them were black guys that he beat in their prime when they met. Not waiting until somebody beat him. He beat him then. So for me, it's hard. I hear you, and like I said, the man even said himself, he chose the money over legacy. He chose currency over legacy, which I respect him when he said that, because that meant a lot. That basically was him saying, no, I'm not even tripping on that pound. I chose currency.
So at your greatest, were you better than Floyd?
Absolutely. And I'm not saying it because, I'm not bragging, but then again, my mindset as a fighter, as a champion, will always tell me I could beat Mayweather, I could beat Tyson. That's what made me who I became.
Mayweather is a counterpuncher. So how would you, okay, you got to fight Sugar Ray Leonard, Floyd Mayweather. How do you fight him? How do you fight Floyd Mayweather?
There's no one way to fight Floyd Mayweather. He is that good. He's that talented. Floyd, no one could penetrate his defense. I mean, he's one of the best guys out there. But I would say body shots. But then, it's so hypothetical. I feel kind of awkward.
Behind the scenes, things were even more intense. This huge fight almost collapsed before it even became official. The negotiations were not simple. They were very strategic and full of pressure. Manny Pacquiao's team knew exactly how Floyd operates, so they refused to take any risks. They made one thing very clear: nothing would move forward until Floyd signed the contract first. They didn't want any last-minute changes, no tricks, no switching the fight into an exhibition. They wanted a real, professional fight that would be broadcast worldwide, reportedly planned for the Sphere with global streaming expectations.
This rematch because of the unfinished business in the first one. Like there's a doubt, like I'm supposedly win the fight, and there's a lot of distraction on the first fight. I got injured my shoulder, my rotator cuff, so that's why I got operated right after the fight. So we need the rematch. So people deserve this.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you, Jazz. Jazz, why is this the right moment for this rematch?
Look at boxing. Look at how boxing's at the forefront of everything, right? I mean, it's the original legacy sport. You have people from everywhere watching it. It's global. And then Floyd and Manny's first fight was the highest grossing boxing event of all time, record breaking. So now you shift from the pay-per-view era into streaming era. You have Netflix that's the dominant force, and look, they have positioned themselves as a premier producer and broadcaster in boxing, right? And for their live streams and whatnot, live events. So having Manny and Floyd on Netflix is the biggest thing in the streaming era, right? So they've done, these guys did it once in pay-per-view, and they're going to want to break all.
According to Sports Insider Dan Patrick, the pressure behind the scenes was extremely high. There were strong rumors that once everything became real, Floyd may have wanted to step back from the deal, but he couldn't. Reports suggested that the financial agreements and legal terms were so heavy that walking away would have serious consequences. In a way, Pacquiao's side forced the situation, locking Floyd into a fight that he might not have been fully comfortable with.
How did we get here? I guess UFC. Yeah, Paulie.
Mayweather Pacquiao 2015. They estimate that it was the biggest single fight revenue ever. $410 million in revenue, $72 million in ticket sales at the gate on the property.
Yeah, and I always thought that Floyd was a brilliant businessman, but you start to read articles of, he's got things in foreclosure, and I can't imagine that you would lose Mike Tyson did. But then, we had people stealing right in front of him. That was the difference here. But with Floyd, I thought Floyd was like a Darrell Revis kind of businessman. So that's, if he's coming back because he needs money, that is sad. Yes, Todd.
How much money, and I don't understand the financial part of how they get millions of dollars to have these fights that supposedly are kind of ridiculous and it's like an exhibition nobody wants to see. How much of that money is based on who goes to the fight, and as far as people that are buying pay-per-view? What if so many people decided, I'm not going to the fight, I'm not going to watch it on pay-per-view, they're still going to get millions of dollars? There's still enough money out there to pay these guys crazy money without them?
No, Paulie just gave you the numbers. It's a rev share. I mean, they share. I don't know how they divvy it up. I'm sure Floyd got more money than Pacquiao, but you might get 40% of the gate. Pacquiao gets 25% of the gate, but it's $400 million.